Keir Starmer, we were just talking about it earlier, he's trying to sort of... He weirdly is stoking the culture wars with a speech this morning about civil society and how, this... He harked back to, again, misquoting Margaret Thatcher, there's no such thing as society. Of course, she was saying it's individuals, it's families. That, families are the cornerstone of our communities, actually, not society. There isn't a thing called society as such. But basically accusing the Tories of attacking charities, attacking civil society, and attacking the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, the National Trust and others, to stoke culture wars. I want to know, is he right? Or are our public institutions too woke? So if you want to get in touch, I'd love to hear from you. Please do get in touch. Give us a call on 0344 499 1000. You can text on 87222, and you can give us a tweet to X at TalkTV as well. Calls are charged at the national rate. Text would cost one standard network rate message. I have to say that bit, but not from you. You get to say it for free. But is this the Labour Party doing it, or is it the Tories doing it?
Well, there's always, my view is that there is always a vocal minority and a silent majority of people in this country, where you have a vocal minority of people who cry foul, that want to change things, that put upon issues and structures in society that we don't need, because we're an open, diverse, tolerant, liberal, democratic society, the best in the world, and we don't talk ourselves up enough. And there is also a silent majority, people who do care about immigration in this country. But at the end of the day, people want to see results. They want to see action taken. They don't care about big speeches or set-piece speeches by the Labour leader who's going to talk about and preach to the nation about how we should be. They just want to see things that matter to them, whether it's on immigration, whether it's on the economy, whether it's on NHS, whether it's in schools. They want to see improvement. They just want good leadership, strong leadership by politicians in Westminster.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's not much to ask, is it? I mean, when you think about the RNLI, I mean, again, why would people be attacking people who, work for charity? They put their own lives at risk to save people's lives at sea. But there's been this row over alpha male behaviour. I'm thinking, I mean, there are women, of course, who do this as well. I'm thinking the sort of people, largely men, who, in the middle of the night, get out of bed and go to sea in stormy seas to rescue people. That's some alpha stuff that I'm liking, by the way. Thank you, gents, But also accused of being a taxi service for Channel migrants, which effectively they have been. Again, they have to do the job that they're doing. They can't leave people because, they're illegal. I'm fully in support of them, but it's like if that's their role, it becomes a bit untenable. National Trust, again, non-stop political activism, preferred pronouns, bleating on about, not enough black people walking in the countryside, and we've got a National Trust property, but it was built by someone who made money from slavery 300 years ago. I mean, all this stuff where you're just sort of like, oh, for goodness sake, I mean, a 2024 calendar was brought out at the end of last year. The major events of the year doesn't mention Christmas. I mean, they're bringing this stuff on themselves. People criticising them doing daft things isn't stoking a culture war. It's just us criticising them for being daft.
Exactly so. And people in this country do not go to bed at night worrying about whether they've called somebody the right pronoun or not, or whether those pronouns...
The correct pronoun is based on the sex you were born, by the way.
And it is common sense that the majority, the overwhelming majority of people in this country adhere to, but it's a vocal minority of people that are disrupting that for the rest of us. And I think people, as I say, they wake up in the morning, they just want to make sure that they've got a good school to send their kids to, that they've got that childcare in place.
They need an operation, they can get to the GP and get in.
Exactly.
Listen, we're not asking for much.
No.
We're not asking for much, but also, if you're spending time, if you're going, we have to appeal for money, please give money to this organisation, but meanwhile, we're doing a whole load of events, LGBT. I don't understand. Unless the National Trust isn't giving people jobs or promoting people because of their sexuality, I don't see what the LGBT thing has got anything to do with them. It's totally irrelevant.
Yes. Yeah, and I think, look, it comes towards when you head towards a general election, if you've got a Labour Party and you've got these institutions that are, worrying about all of this, this whiff-waff, if I could put it like that,
I was worrying about what word you were going to say, so I'm quite relieved by that random choice.
But you've got a Labour Party and a Labour leader that's giving this big speech today to preach about the culture wars and all the rest of it, to say attack the Tories, but a Tory party that's actually trying to...
Well, they're not trying to. They could do. No, they could ban all this stuff in schools. They could make it illegal. They could ban it all in government, and they haven't done that. So they've totally failed, as far as I'm concerned. They could do it if they want to, and I think they're using the culture wars to try and sort of stay in power. And I'm sorry, I'm of the view that they should be punished for not dealing with these issues and not allowing our children, allowing our children to continue to be ideologically programmed on this stuff. They've totally failed for me on this. But again, I think speaking up on it. I mean, again, Keir Starmer, mate, you claim to think that some women in this country have penises. So don't talk to me about stoking culture wars when you don't even know what a woman is. You're married to one, mate. I think one of your kids might be one of them. You know what a woman is. So you're either pretending that you don't know what a woman is. I think that's stoking the culture wars, isn't it? Or you're blatantly lying to us, or you're genuinely of the belief that a woman can become a man and a man can become a woman. And if you think that, you're certifiably insane, because that's not biologically, factually possible. On both grounds, Sir Keir Starmer, you're unfit for public office. So don't accuse anyone else of stoking culture wars when you've been busy doing that your entire political career.